Nama saya Muhammad Farhan Aiman Azban, nombor matrik 10DAT 18F1025.
Nama saya Parindran Analaki Rajendra, nombor kad matrik 10DAT 18F1090.
Nama diberi Muhammad Daniel Hafizudin bin Johari, nombor kad matrik 10DAT 18F1037.
Nama saya Navin Kumar Analaki Kaliapan, nombor matrik 10DAT 18F1045.
Nama saya Khalil Ahmad bin Abdul Jalil. Nombor kad matrik saya 10DAT 18F1009.
Nama saya Perim Beraja Analaki Kalewanan, 10 DAT 18F1067.
Pharmaniaga BHD was established in 1994 and is the first healthcare company to be listed in the main market of Kuala Lumpur Stock Exchange. Apex Healthcare Berhad is a Malaysia-based investment holding company for a group of companies engaged in the development, manufacturing, marketing and distribution of pharmaceuticals, diagnostic, consumer healthcare products and orthopedic devices. For the liquidity ratio, the current ratio for Pharmaniaga BHD is 0.78 times, while Apex Healthcare Berhad is 2.88 times. Apex Healthcare Berhad has the better performance for the current ratio. The quick ratio for Pharmaniaga BHD is 0.26, while Apex Healthcare Berhad is 2.20. Apex Healthcare has the better performance.
Activity ratio, account receivable turnover. Pharmaniaga is better than Apex Healthcare in account receivable turnover because it's only rotate 13.82 times in a year. Average collection period. Pharmaniaga has less average collection debt than Apex Healthcare because it takes 26 days to collect the debt from debtor. Inventory turnover. Apex Healthcare is better than Pharmaniaga because inventory turnover for Apex is 6.17 times in a year. Fixed asset turnover. Pharmaniaga is higher than Apex Healthcare in fixed asset turnover because it's every RM1 invest on the permanent asset by exchange rate sale can reach up to as high as RM4 to 8 cents.
Total asset turnover for Pharmaniaga Berhad is 1.77x, while Apex Healthcare Berhad is 1.18x. So we choose Apex Healthcare Berhad cause better total asset turnover. Debt ratio for Pharmaniaga Berhad is 0.7758, while Apex Healthcare Berhad is 0.2703. So we can say that Apex Healthcare Berhad is better than Pharmaniaga Berhad. Debt on equity for Pharmaniaga Berhad is 3.46x, while Apex Healthcare Berhad is 0.37x. So Apex Healthcare Berhad got better performance in debt on equity. Interest and ratio for Pharmaniaga Berhad is negative 137.83x, while Apex Healthcare Berhad is 2965.2x. So we can invest in Apex Healthcare Berhad cause got better interest and ratio.
Gross profit margin for Pharmaniaga is 0.03, while Apex Healthcare Berhad is 0.2246. So we can invest in Apex Berhad cause got better gross profit margin. Operational profit margin for Pharmaniaga is negative 6.80, while Apex Healthcare Berhad is 0.096. So we can trust Apex Berhad cause got better operational profit margin. Net profit margin for Pharmaniaga is negative 0.053, while Apex Healthcare Berhad is 0.077. So Apex Berhad got better performance in net profit margin. Return on investment for Pharmaniaga is negative 0.093, while Apex Healthcare Berhad is 0.09. So we can invest in Apex Berhad cause got better return on investment.
Based on the return on equity, Pharmaniaga Berhad had a return of 41.87%, while Apex Healthcare Berhad had a return of 12.49%. Apex Healthcare has a better return than Pharmaniaga. I recommended that Seri International should invest in Apex Healthcare Berhad. This is because their liquidity ratio has a significantly higher times, while Pharmaniaga has a lower times in current ratio and quick ratio. Although their efficiency ratio has a lower return than Pharmaniaga in almost all the financial ratio, the other ratio categories equal out the difference.
I recommend Apex Healthcare Berhad because in the leverage ratio, in the debt ratio, debt on equity and interest earned ratio has a better performance compared to Pharmaniaga. While in the profitability ratio, Pharmaniaga Berhad had a negative ratio in the majority of the profitability ratios. Therefore, Apex Healthcare, which has a better ratio, is a good choice to invest in. As a conclusion, Apex Healthcare Berhad has better financial returns than Pharmaniaga. Therefore, it is good for Seri International to invest into Apex Healthcare Berhad based on the comparison.